Here's a quick demonstration of tax zones that are used when calculating sales tax for transactions. First off, I'm going to open up a transaction, jump into an invoice here, and down here for tax I can select Add Edit Tax Zones. And tax zones are made up of one or more tax codes, and a tax code determines not only the rate of the tax but what accounts those are notated in. So to edit a tax zone, you highlight it, click Edit, and then to modify a tax code, highlight the tax code, and then Edit Tax Code. And tax codes first off have a description and then an account, and this is the account in the ledger that the tax will be saved to. And then tax codes are date sensitive, so you would put in the new tax code and then the date that the change happened. So now any transactions after July 1st will be at this rate. If I enter a transaction before then, it'll be calculated at the rate as of the transaction. So save, and now you'll notice my tax rate here is 979, and then save tax zone. So to create a new tax code, you can have as many as you need. Add new, and again they can be broken into several different codes. So if I say Dallas, Texas, and I'm going to add a new code here, and this code is going to be for the state of Texas, and I've got a liability account here for Texas sales tax, and then I can put in a rate and then the date. And so that's 6%, which will then be processed into Texas sales tax, the account. And then I can add another code, and we'll call this one Dallas. And I've got a separate Dallas sales tax, and then 2.25 and 1.5. And now I've got two rates here, and to utilize those rates for this zone I can double click, or you can highlight it and move it over. So now you'll notice my current rate total is 8.25%. When this transaction with Dallas, Texas is processed, 6% will go into the Texas account and 2.25% would go into Dallas. And so then save tax zone and then close, and then you'll notice your new tax zone is available for the transaction. And now with my tax zone I can go ahead and make entries, and the tax will be calculated automatically as I make entries. Also, once you're finished making entries, you can modify the tax directly. If in the field you had made a mistake and need to change the number, you can jump down and enter in the actual tax that you had charged. Finally, there's a few settings you should be aware of, and these are in inventory. And it calculates tax based off of settings relating to the section of the products. So I came in here, clicked on section category, right click on cosmetics, and edit cosmetics. And you can set it to calculate tax based on the base price for each item, and that's the retail price. And then any discounts, it would still charge tax based on the original price of the item. Tax subtotal would be this mode. You just turn that off, and this setting here is for sales for cosmetics again, and this over here is for purchases. So again, if you wanted to tax retail, you would have that checked. and then tax subtotal, you need to turn that off. And finally, you can jump in and set individual items to be non-taxable. So just highlight an item and turn off the tax calculation. And then when these items are entered into a transaction, the system will not charge tax just for those items. And that's a quick description of tax.